What you connect to I am shapes your reality. This is the law of assumption, the core of creation. It's about recognizing the powerful words you say every day, often without even thinking. These words don't just explain who you are, they help define who you will become. Whether you whisper them in self-doubt or shout them with confidence, I am is your personal signature, resonating through your mind and body, touching the essence of life itself. From the ancient sages to today's quantum thinkers, one thing is clear. Your identity influences your reality. You don't wait to become something, you declare it. In that declaration, you align your reality with what you want. This is the quiet law behind every change, every miracle, and even every setback. It all starts not with hard work, but with an I am. When Moses asked the divine for a name, the answer wasn't a typical title or position. It was a simple truth. I am that I am. This wasn't just a name. It was a statement of existence and endless becoming. And whether you know it or not, you repeat that sacred phrase every time you say I am. This audiobook will guide you through the intricacies of identity and manifestation. More than that, it's a spiritual awakening, a revealing of the hidden strength in your thoughts and words. Here you'll rediscover the Creator within you. By the end of this journey, you won't just say I am lightly. You'll speak it with purpose, confidence, and understanding, and the universe will react in kind. Let's get started. Your I am statement is a powerful expression, almost like a command sent out into the universe. You're the one setting the course. The universe reacts not to what you crave, but to who you truly are. Wanting is weak without identity. It's a quiet wish. But I am? That's like a roaring shout. It carries weight. It's the essence of creation itself. Many spiritual teachings emphasize the significance of names. Knowing the true name of something gives you power over it. That's not just a myth, it's a fundamental truth. Your real name isn't John or Sarah. Your true name is I am. Everything else shifts how you perceive and create your reality. Ancient mystics safeguarded the I am presence, not out of secrecy, but because its power is too immense to wield carelessly. Now, even DNA research and neuroscience emphasize how belief and identity shape us. There's a part of your brain called the reticular activating system that acts like a filter. It takes your I am beliefs and searches for proof to back them up. If you say I am unlucky, your brain will look for reasons to support that. But if you say I am resilient, it'll guide you toward resilience. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's about how our minds are wired. You've always had the tools, but many use them without thought. They might say, I am always broke, or I am not good at relationships, and the universe responds, as you wish. This message is here to help you break free from creating an identity by accident. Once you realize the strength behind I am, you can't afford to speak in doubt. Every statement you declare is like a building block for your reality. So, think about what reality you're crafting with your daily I am declarations. Are you stuck in the past, or are you shaping your future? Take a moment to actually say it out loud. I am aware. I am the Creator. I am that I am. You're not your circumstances, nor your thoughts or past. You are the I am that stands behind them. This is just the start. Next, we'll dive into how an unconscious I am can trap you and how to shift from being a passive participant to a conscious creator. If you're here, your journey into discovering your true identity has only just begun. How I react to you reflects how I see myself. Every day we shape our future, not through grand speeches or mystical insights, but through something much simpler, our self-talk. Think about those I am statements. I am tired. I am unlucky. I am just not that kind of person. I am trying. These phrases might sound harmless, even ordinary, but each one carries a deep truth. They plant seeds in your mind that mold your thoughts, feelings, actions, and ultimately your life. Each I am statement is like planting a seed in the garden of your awareness. Say it once and you stir the soil. Repeat it and those roots start to dig in. Water it with your emotions and it blooms into a belief. When that belief takes hold, it becomes the default way you see everything. Your interactions, opportunities, and obstacles. You don't just say, I am anxious. You start to view the world through the lens of anxiety. You filter life through that identity. That's why your identity can dictate your destiny. When you declare, I am, everything around you shifts to make that true. Your subconscious takes your words at face value. It doesn't analyze or question. It simply accepts what you say as reality, adjusting your actions and perceptions to match. Saying, I am bad with money conditions your brain to miss chances and repeat poor spending habits. When you claim, I am unlucky in love, you push away potential partners and draw in relationships that confirm your struggles. The phrases I am too old, too shy, or not enough become scripts you live by time and again. These aren't mere words. They're agreements we often sign without reading the details. True change comes from within. Think of a man who spent years saying, I am a procrastinator. He didn't just delay tasks, he became that identity. But once he started saying, I am someone who finishes what I start, things changed. His habits began to align with this new self-view. Take, for example, a woman who told herself for years, I'm just not creative. When she tried journaling for fun, she changed her story to, I am learning to express myself. Over time, saying, I am creative didn't feel difficult, it felt natural. Today, she's a published poet. These aren't mere coincidences. They illustrate the power of redefining your I am. Your behaviors shift, your surroundings reflect who you believe you are, and yes, your outcomes change too. You rise to meet the version of yourself you believe in. We often think if we change our actions, our lives will change. But actions that don't come from your core self usually don't stick. Want a life change? Don't just tweak your behavior, shift who you are. Instead of saying, I want to be confident, declare, I am confident. Instead of hoping for success, state I'm already successful. At first, these affirmations might feel odd, but with repetition, they can reshape your inner story and reinforce your identity. Just like muscles grow with use, your words shape your future. It's no surprise that ancient wisdom and modern science agree. Your thoughts create your reality, and your identity grounds that reality. So ask yourself, what am I declaring every day? And is it in line with the life I truly want? Your brain can't tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined. In the last part, we talked about how your I am statements shape your identity. But how does that actually happen? It's all in your brain. This section will delve into the science of how your mind pays attention to everything you say about yourself, even the falsehoods. We'll look at how your brain processes identity, how neuroplasticity allows for change, and how to break free from the negative self-talk that holds you back. It's time to move from just realizing this to actually transforming from within. Your brain believes you every time. When your subconscious hears, I am stupid or I am unworthy, it takes those as truth. No arguments, no critiques, just acceptance. It doesn't matter if you're joking or being emotional. The brain logs it and adapts your mental, emotional, and even physical state to match. Think of it like computer code. Whatever you input, the system runs with it, good or bad. This is why negative self-talk can be so harmful. Every time you say something disempowering, you strengthen the mental pathways that keep you stuck. But the good news? Your brain is adaptable. Neuroplasticity is your nervous system's way of rewiring itself based on what you go through, what you repeat, and the intentions you set. When you say a new I am statement, you're not just being dramatic. You're creating new pathways in your brain. You're pushing aside those old, tired loops of doubt, fear, and feeling inadequate. Picture this. When you say I am confident for the first time, your brain thinks that's something new. Repeat it with passion, and it starts to wonder if maybe this is who you are now. This is how it works. New identity, repeated signals, real changes in the physical brain. It's not magic, it's biology. Now let's talk about ways to reshape your I am beliefs. If the brain accepts what you declare, let's make sure those declarations are intentional. Here are some simple practices to help change how you see yourself at a neurological level. First, try the mirror method. Stand in front of a mirror, look into your own eyes, and say your new I am statements out loud. Why does this work? Making direct eye contact fires up your emotional centers in the brain, which makes those affirmations hit harder. This helps you push past shame and self-judgment, two big roadblocks to changing your identity. You can say things like, I am worthy, I am becoming the best version of myself, or I am safe to receive. Make it a daily thing. Say it with conviction, even before you fully believe it. Next is the affirmation reversal technique. Notice any negative I am you repeat, flip it around and strengthen the opposite. For example, if you often think, I am not good enough, pause and reframe it. That's an old story. Now choose I am more than enough. This helps activate the prefrontal cortex of your brain, the part responsible for conscious choice, allowing you to override those old thought patterns. Third, try identity journaling. Each morning, jot down 3 to 5 I am statements that reflect who you're becoming, not just what you wish for. Include evidence from your life, no matter how small. For instance, you could write, I am focused. I finished my project yesterday. Or, I am resilient. I handled that conflict well. Why does this help? Your brain builds identity through what it sees as evidence, and journaling creates both. Lastly, use visualization with identity anchoring. Close your eyes and picture your future self living the life you want. Then ask yourself, what kind of person would I need to be to have this life? Speak it out loud. I am that version now. I am aligned with the life I desire. I already embody it. When your inner world feels real, your outer world will eventually catch up. Remember, repetition plus emotion equals transformation. Let's break this down. Rewiring your mind isn't just about repeating words. It's about feeling them. The more you express your new identity with emotion, the quicker your brain changes. Why? Because emotions release powerful chemicals like dopamine and acetylcholine, which help create strong neural connections. That's why affirmations might not always work. It's not just the words, it's the energy behind them. Speak with conviction, feel it in your body, then let the transformation start. Don't fight the old beliefs. Instead, feed the new ones. You don't have to conquer every old I am belief you've ever held. Just stop giving them energy and start nurturing the new ones. From now on, let every I am you say be a message to your brain, to the universe, a declaration of who you want to become. Remember, the most powerful words are those you say about yourself. Now let's talk about embodying that future self. Being who you want to be isn't something you wait for. It's something you step into right now. In the last part, we looked at how saying I am rewires your brain and shifts your identity. But just being aware isn't enough. The real change happens when you fully embody the version of yourself who already has what you desire. It's not just theory. It's how you walk, think, talk, and react. This is living from the end goal. Here's a key truth about manifestation. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. Quantum physics shows us that reality isn't a straight line. It's a field of endless possibilities responding to our intentions and, most importantly, our vibrations. The future isn't a distant thing waiting for us. It's already out there in potential. Your frequency decides which version of reality becomes real for you. So if you want to experience something different, you need to become a different version of yourself. That's where saying I am shifts from just being an affirmation to becoming your identity in action. Take 2 statements. I want abundance and I am abundant. They may seem similar, but they're completely different in energy. The first one puts your desire in the future, suggesting it's not here yet, and what you vibrate as not here will stay away. The second one, I am abundant, declares it in the now, not as a wish but as a truth, even if your outer world doesn't reflect it yet. You're wrapped up in this, but remember, you're guiding the universe to show who you really are. It's not about acting like someone else. It's about truly living as if you're already there. Start asking yourself, how would I walk if I were already successful? How would I talk if I knew success was mine? What choices would I make if I believed I was worthy? Don't wait to get there. Practice being that person right now. This means speaking with confidence. Use phrases like, this is unfolding beautifully, or that's already mine. Your body language matters too. Stand tall, keep your shoulders back, breathe steadily. When doubts creep in, interrupt those thoughts. Change the script to something like, that's not who I am anymore. I am. The goal is to align what you say, feel, and how you move. When you embody the version of you who already has what you want, something incredible happens. Your world starts to reflect that. Reality doesn't cling to your old beliefs. It responds to your current energy. When you vibrate with confidence, worthiness, abundance, and peace, your life has to mirror that. This isn't just theory, it's how consciousness works. The longer you identify with your future self, the faster things start changing for you. Here's a simple practice. Close your eyes and imagine your future self, successful, healthy, happy, overflowing with abundance. Feel that energy. How do they speak? How do they hold themselves? What choices do they make? Open your eyes and say, I am already that version. Today, I choose to act, walk, and speak like it. As you go through your day, keep checking in. Is this thought in line with who I'm becoming? Would my future self approve? This isn't about being perfect. It's about being in sync, moment to moment. Remember, embodiment isn't performance. You're not trying to impress the universe. You're reconnecting with your true self, the real you hiding under the fear and doubt. Embodiment bridges possibility and reality. Live as if your vision is already real, without needing anyone to validate it. This makes you magnetic. You're not chasing what you want anymore. You're attracting it by being that version of yourself. That's what mastery truly looks like. The universe doesn't just fulfill wishes, it reflects who you are. You can meditate, journal, visualize, and affirm till you're blue in the face. But if your thoughts, actions, and choices still cling to your old self, the universe won't bring in that new reality. Instead, when you act like the person who already has what you desire, the world has to respond. It's all written in the quantum field. You just need to step into it. Words are powerful. They cast spells. That's why we call it spelling. Every day, we speak out loud and think quietly inside our heads. But what you might not realize is that the things you say, especially those starting with I am, aren't just expressions of how you feel. They're declarations that shape your world. Your I am isn't just an update on your mood. It's a strong command to the universe, a spell in its own right. So what happens when you casually say, I'm so tired, or I'm not good at that, or I am broke? Most people say these things without really thinking. That's where the problem lies. Each time you declare something, you're forming your identity, and your identity sets your path. Your language mirrors your beliefs. It doesn't just describe your reality, it reveals how you're wired inside. When you say, I am not enough, you're not just sharing your feelings. You're reinforcing a belief that shapes how you see the world, how you react, and how you create. This isn't just about positive thinking. The words you repeat shape your brain's pathways. Over time, your mind builds connections based on those phrases, making it easier to slip into those emotional states. If I am overwhelmed is your go-to phrase, you aren't just feeling tired. You've taught your mind and body to accept exhaustion as the norm. That's a tricky trap. False declarations can create loops. When you say, I'm always behind, your brain locks onto that. It hears, this is who I am, while the universe responds with, okay, let's give you more of that. Before you know it, your life mirrors those statements, not because you want it, but because you agreed to it. Your I am becomes your deal with reality. If you're not aware of what you're agreeing to, you could end up creating a life that reflects limitations instead of possibilities. Think of language as daily magic. Picture yourself holding a special wand that activates whatever it touches. Would you wave it at things you don't want? Of course not. But that's what we do when we say, I'm stupid, or I'll never figure this out. We often find ourselves saying things that impact our lives more than we realize. Every time you say something, you're planting a seed in your mind, whether you meant to or not. That's why people like Neville Goddard and Florence Scovel Shinn remind us to be mindful of our words. It's not about being scared. It's about being aware. When you carelessly say, I am, you can misdirect your energy and feed into feelings of powerlessness. So how do you break free from these negative claims? The first step is awareness. Start tuning in to your I am statements, especially when you're chatting casually. What do you fall back on when you're feeling tired, frustrated, or even joking? If you find yourself saying something like, I am a mess today, pause for a moment. Instead, say, I'm feeling a bit scattered right now, but I'm grounded and clear at my core. Remember, emotions come and go, but your identity is more lasting. Speak from the place of who you aspire to be, not just how you feel in the moment. Replace those negative claims with empowering truths, even if they don't feel true at first. Start affirming things like, I am learning, I am getting stronger, or I am open to clarity. These statements are like bridges to a better version of yourself, filled with potential, not false beliefs. Feel the weight of your words. When you say, I am confident, don't just let that hang in the air. Close your eyes and really connect with the confident person within you. Let those words resonate from your thoughts down into your body. It's about using language with intention. This isn't a call to censor yourself or to just put on a fake smile. It's about reclaiming your true identity. Instead of saying, I am anxious, try, I'm feeling waves of anxiety, but I am also the calm that lies beneath. Instead of I'm so tired of failing, say I'm learning and growing, I'm stronger than I was before. Being precise with your language is an act of kindness towards yourself. It's how you stop feeding the old you and start creating a new you. You're always expressing something. The real question isn't if you're using I am, but how you use it. Every sentence you speak either supports your growth or pulls you down. The change begins not with doing, but with being aware. Choose your words wisely because they carry power. After you declare, I am wealthy, I am healed, I am love, what comes next? This is the part that's often overlooked, the stillness that follows your words. When you make a declaration, it's like taking a deep breath. You have to trust that the seed you've planted is growing. Resist the urge to dig it up every few minutes to check on it. Stillness is powerful. It's not about being lazy or inactive. It's about trusting energetically. When you say an I am statement, you send a wave into the universe, a vibration that starts to shape your reality. But here's what often happens. Doubt creeps in. People start second-guessing, overthinking, and in doing so, they interrupt that flow. Think of your declaration as a special order you've placed. Now step back and let the universe handle it. You wouldn't keep barging into a kitchen, asking, is it ready yet? Are you doing it right? But that's what many people do, energetically. In many spiritual traditions, there's respect for the unknown space, the gap between what you want and its arrival. It can feel awkward, like nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, everything is unfolding. The key is to be calm inside while moving forward outside. So when you say, I am abundant, act like it. Not by forcing it, but by aligning with someone who knows it's already true. Go take a walk, brew a nice cup of tea, create something lovely. This isn't avoiding, it's embodying what you want. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you let go of the need to see quick results. The universe responds to your vibe, not your desperation. Desperation shouts, I'm not sure this is working, while stillness softly says, I trust it's already happening. One pushes your dreams away, the other pulls them closer. After you declare, I am healthy, I am magnetic, I am free, let that energy settle. This isn't wasting time. It's the time for things to grow. Each I am you utter sends a note into the universe. If you keep shouting into a canyon, you won't hear the echo. But when you pause, the response comes back. This is the art of co-creating. Declare clearly, embody that energy, and let it flow. Sit in silence and listen for what comes to you. Follow that inspired nudge. It's about dancing between setting your intention and letting go. Here are a few ideas to enhance your quiet time after making a strong declaration. Spend 3 to 5 minutes just being still after you affirm something powerful. Let it sink in. No music, no mantras, just breathe. Write down your I am in a journal, then shut it and do something that brings you joy. Give your declaration some room to grow. Use breath work to help reset your nervous system. Inhale your declaration, exhale any need to control. Watch your thoughts. If fear sneaks in, don't push it away. Just remind yourself that you've already made your declaration. That seed is planted, and the roots are taking hold. The whisper follows the roar. The strength of I am isn't just in the words. It's in your willingness to sit in silence afterward and trust what you've said. You don't need to convince the universe. You need to align with it and let it resonate back to you in its own time. Now think about this. You are not the storm. You are the sky. It's all about what you declare. By now you've seen how powerful the words I am can be. You've practiced making declarations, embodying them, and embracing silence. But here's the key, a key that many miss. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who declares those thoughts. When you recognize this, you shift from being just a program to being the programmer. Your identity isn't set in stone, it's something you choose. Many believe they are their thoughts. They think, I'm always anxious, or I'm just not good with money. But these aren't fixed truths. They're rehearsed statements, echoes of old beliefs accepted without question. Here's the reality. You are not your anxiety. You are not your past trauma. You're not even your personality. You are pure awareness, the observer. From that place, you can choose new statements, new realities, new ways to be. Becoming the observer changes everything. Take a moment right now and notice the thoughts that come and go in your mind. Some help you, others may criticize you, some are just random. But who's noticing them? That's you, the observer, the essence behind your I am. That's where true power resides. It's not about controlling every thought. It's about remembering that you don't have to believe them all. You hold the power to declare which thoughts become your reality. Let's say a thought pops up, I'm not good enough. You can choose. You can either soak in a thought or just watch it. In that moment of watching, you get to make a choice. You can say, I see that thought, but I'm more than that. This isn't about denying the thought's existence. It's about choosing not to let it define you. Each time you observe without getting tangled up in it, you take back control. And from that control, you can start to voice new truths like, I am capable, I am grounded, I am free. These aren't just affirmations you're trying to shove down your throat. They are identities you're choosing to grow into. Most of us grew up layered with conditioning. Messages like, be realistic, don't aim too high, and stay safe can shape how we see ourselves. But the minute you recognize that conditioning, you have the power to rewrite it. You don't have to fight it, just see it, acknowledge it, and then choose something that fits you better. From now on, every I am can come from your conscious choices, not from inherited limits. To truly master this, try to embody the observer. Take time for daily self-reflection. Spend 5 minutes in silence, just letting your thoughts flow without jumping in. Notice what your mind wants to say, and pause before you accept those thoughts. If an old I am pops up, like I'm always broke, rewrite it consciously. Say instead, I am in the process of expanding financially. Use mirror reminders. Stick little notes on your mirror that say, I am the observer, I choose who I become. Read them aloud each morning with intention. Speak your I am statements after you've found your center, calm mind, open heart. Let them spring from your truth, not your fears. You shape your reality by who you choose to be. Remember, I am isn't just something you practice. It's not even a philosophy. It's a way of living. It's the stance of someone who knows they're not just tossed around by life. They're a conscious creator in it. Let each statement be an extension of your observed truth. Let every I am come from clarity, not confusion. Make your identity a masterpiece you create every day, using awareness like a paintbrush and your declarations as ink. There's a code deep inside your soul. It means I become what I say I am. I reflect what I recognize. I'm both the cause and the effect. Now let's come back to where all creation starts and ends, in the timeless presence of I am. It's a cycle of becoming, found in mystical traditions, Kabbalistic, Hermetic, Gnostic, and more. Creation isn't just a straight line. It spirals, much like your breath, your thoughts, and even the galaxies. At the center of every spiral is your identity. What you declare as I am today shapes your tomorrow, and what you experience tomorrow reinforces the I am you believe in today. It's a loop. You might say, I am unworthy. Life then mirrors that back to you, bringing situations that confirm your feeling of unworthiness. On the flip side, if you declare, I am abundant, the world shifts to offer you chances, ideas, and support that align with that belief. And so the loop rolls on until you decide to break it. Every pattern that keeps you stuck is an identity loop. If you ever feel like you're facing the same challenges over and over, be it financially, emotionally, or in your relationships, that's because the I am at your core hasn't changed. This isn't your fault, it's just your programming. But now, with awareness, you can declare something new. Here's how to escape the loop. First, notice the pattern and become aware of the story that keeps playing. Challenge the declaration that supports it. Choose a new loop. State a new truth from the observer within you and reinforce it by living it out. Speak, act, and walk in alignment with this new truth. Doing so won't just break the loop, it will elevate your life's spiral, allowing you to ascend. I am is divine technology. The sacred phrase I am that I am wasn't meant to be worshipped from a distance. It's meant to be realized inside you. You are a reflection of that creative force, made to bring worlds into existence. Each I am is a spark. Every declaration is a match, and the universe is a canvas ready to ignite. This is why mystics have meditated on these words for ages, because they contain the secret to reality. Being creates becoming, leading us back to the source. Let's dive deeper. In the quantum field, all possibilities are out there. Every version of you, every outcome, every potential is alive in the realm of infinite intelligence. So what chooses from these options? Your identity. I am is the switch that selects, the tuner that locks in the version of reality you get to live. It's both the beginning and the end, the declaration and the experience. When you say, I am that I am, you're affirming your own divine nature. You're essentially stating that you don't need anyone's approval to exist or to declare your truth. You create your reality. Here's a simple practice to embody this. In the morning when you wake up, make a declaration. Say out loud who you are becoming. I am powerful. I am peaceful. I am enough. Then, take a moment in the middle of the day. Stop and ask yourself, am I living my truth today? If the answer isn't what you want, change it with a new declaration. At night, reflect on your day. Did you stay true to your I am? Celebrate what you achieved and adjust kindly where you need to. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being present. You're not just here to go through the motions. You're here to remember that you are a piece of the divine, a voice of truth and a master of your journey. So know this, you are I am. There's no waiting, no permission needed, and no endless searching. Every time you speak your truth, the universe begins to respond, not because it's listening, but because you are creating it. So go ahead and declare with confidence, I am free, I am love, I am the creator of my reality. Let that cycle complete. You're back at the beginning, ready to start your journey anew. This marks the end of the audiobook and the start of who you're becoming.